everyone, my name is Rebecca Dawson. I work at UPEI as a first year advisor and recruiter, and we're going to run through course registration today. So let's get started. On your laptop or your screen, you're going to open up two UPEI web pages. We're going to be using one as a reference to go back and forth between choosing your classes and the other one to actually choose your courses. So on the first page, on the top right-hand corner, you're going to see the myupei link. You're going to click on that, and this is where you're going to put in your login credentials. If this is your first time logging in, then you will need to set up your password for the first time. You just click on the button here, and that'll take you to the page where you complete that. You'll need the information that you would have received in two separate emails from when you were accepted. One contains your UPEI username and one contains your UPEI PIN number. Today we're going to use Joe Panther, to log in as a student. In order to register, you would have had to also pay your $250 tuition deposit. If you haven't already, you can pay that at www.upei.ca/pay deposit. So once you have all three of those steps covered, you're good to register and you can log into your myupei account. All right, so once you're on the home screen, there's a couple of things to go over. The first one is your alerts or your announcements. Those are very general. The announcements, they have to do with every student at UPEI, and your alerts are very specific to you. On the right-hand side of the screen, you're going to see a Gmail link, and this is where your UPEI email address is located. So your UPEI email is just your username, which you just used to log in, with an additional @upei.ca added on to the end of it. So for me, my username is rjdawson, and my UPEI email is rjdawson@upei.ca. Your password remains the same as your PIN number to log in, unless you've changed it. Next to that is Moodle. That one's also very important because that's where you're going to be doing all your classwork at UPEI. You can submit assignments, research papers, take tests on there, as well as your professors can share presentations for your class time as well. As we scroll down on the page, you're going to see a student toolbox on the right-hand side. The first link is your student finance. That's where you would have gone in to actually pay your tuition deposit, so you're pretty familiar with that. As well, you can see how much you owe the university, and underneath that is student planning, which is where we're going to go into to add and drop and create your schedule at UPEI today. A couple of other ones to note: the course catalog is below that. That lists every single program and course available at UPEI. So if you need to choose elective courses, we'll be using that to search for some classes that you're interested in. Right now we're going to go into the student planning link. You're going to get a page that has similar options that we just saw, and you're going to hit student planning a second time. Perfect. From there, you're going to have two options. You're going to find that you can go back and forth to these very simply, but for now we're going to click on the plan your degree and register for classes, which is the option number 2. Perfect. Here you should be able to see a calendar view from Sunday to Saturday. As you add courses onto your plan, it's actually going to show you when you're in class, when you're outside of class for the duration of an entire week at UPEI, and that schedule will remain the same for your entire semester of those classes. Use the arrows at the top here to go in between semesters, so you can make sure that you have the proper semesters there. You can take away semesters by hitting the minus sign here, and you can also add them by hitting the plus sign in case you are missing a semester. Perfect. Up at the top here, you're going to see a student planning button. This has a drop-down menu that we're going to be using to go in between a couple of pages. It's important to just use one page of your myupei whenever you're planning and registering in classes. Otherwise, some of your work can be lost if you're going in between two different sets of pages. So we're going to hit student planning, and from here we're going to go to your My Progress page. Right now we're on this plan and schedule. That's where you can see your calendar view of classes, but we're going to go to My Progress right now. And this is going to show your entire degree at UPEI. For Joe Panther, who we're logged in as right now, they've done majority of their classes up until their second year. So you can see that these bars on the right-hand side are increased to the point where they're almost full. If you're looking at your screen for the first time as a first-year student, these bars will probably be empty when you're looking at them. Some important things to note: your major should be here. Make sure that that is the proper program to what you applied to at UPEI. Your GPA is written here. You do need to maintain a 1.7 GPA in order to take a full course load. Your degree, your major, your department, and your catalog year is here as well. If you scroll down, you'll start to see courses at the 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 level. The 1,000 level classes are your first year recommended classes, 2,000 are second year recommended classes, 3,000 third, and 4,000 fourth. It doesn't mean you can't take a third year class in your fourth year or a second year class in your third year. It's very flexible, but when it comes to first year classes, you often have to take majority of those before you can move on to upper year courses, especially in the science faculty. So we're going to go back to our second page that we had at the beginning, and we're actually going to look at your program page on the UPEI website. This is a really important research to go back and forth when you're choosing classes to make sure you're on the right pathway for your degree. So if we go to the UPEI homepage here, we're going to click Academics. And from here, we're going to scroll down to your desired program. If we scroll down here, for Joe Panther today, maybe he wants to switch programs. We're actually going to use the Bachelor of Business Administration for today's example. So we'll hit Bachelor of Business Administration here, and that'll bring us to the page for the business program at UPEI. On the right-hand side here, you're going to see options. We're going to choose course structure. So depending on what program you're interested in, go to that program page. So if you applied for the Bachelor of Arts with a major in psychology, go to that page. If you applied to the Bachelor of Science with a major in biology, go to that program page. But for now, we're going to go to the course structure on business. If we scroll down here, you're going to see the layout for taking this program in year 1, 2, 3, and 4. This is really important because it'll help you kind of make sure you're on the right track for your degree and taking the proper classes in each year of your program, assuming you want to graduate in a 4-year degree timeline. So you can see there's Accounting 1010, there's Marketing, Organizational Behavior, Economics, Math, and UPEI 1010. In every single program at UPEI, there is a UPEI course requirement in order to graduate. There's 3 options that you can do. There's UPEI 1010, which is written here. It's academic writing. There's UPEI 1020, which is inquiry studies. And there's UPEI 1030, which is intro to university studies. So for some programs, for example, business or engineering, UPEI 1010 is the only UPEI class they are required to take, whereas some programs in the Faculty of Science and the Faculty of Arts have a bit more flexibility, so you have a choice of the 3 which one you would like to take. So keep that in mind as you're choosing classes to put one of those UPEI classes in your first year of classes. Okay, so now that we have this reference, we're going to go back to your My Progress page that we're already on. And if Joe Panther was in the Bachelor of Business program, we would see those classes listed here, but right now he's in history. If you'd like to view another program, you can actually just click up here and write in the program that you would like to see. So if you're contemplating maybe a couple of different programs, this is a great way to see what they're taking and compare your courses to that. So you can see here that they're all listed here, all of the required classes for the business program for Joe. If there's a certain class that you'd like to take, let's use, for example, this managerial accounting class, or if we show details here, we can look at first year classes. So if we use this as a reference, we can see that Accounting 1010 is one of the first recommended classes. For you, if you're taking biology, it's likely going to say Biology 1310. If you're taking psychology, it might say Psychology 1010. If you're taking sociology, it might recommend Sociology 1010. Click on the course that shows up on your My Progress page. So we're going to choose Accounting for now. Instead of going through the entire course catalog at UPEI to find this class, choosing classes through your My Progress page gives you a shortcut, so you don't have to go through the whole course catalog. You can just find it by clicking there. You're going to see the course name, the course code, the course description. Please read it, see what it's about, see if it's of interest to you if you'd like to take it. And then you can actually view the available sections for it. See how this says requisites none? As we look at elective courses, that's really important because you want to make sure that you're meeting the prerequisites for certain classes later on. So view available sections, and you can see it's offered in the 2020 winter semester 3-4 different times, the 2020 summer semester 1 time, the 2020 fall semester 3-4 different times, and the 2021 winter semester 1, 2, 3. If the student knows that they'd like to take accounting in their first semester at UPEI, there's filters on the left-hand side that you can use to choose a specific semester. So Joe Panther wants to take this in the 2020 fall semester, so I'm going to click on this filter. And then when you hit View Available Sections for the second time, it's only going to show you classes offered then. So you can see it's offered 1, 2, 3, 4 different times, and all at various times throughout the day. There's 3 ways classes are offered at UPEI: 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday for 50 minutes, twice a week, which is either Tuesday, Thursday, or Monday, Wednesday for an hour and 15 minutes, or once a week for 3 hours. For this class, you can see it's offered Monday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Thursday, another Tuesday, Thursday class, and then a Tuesday night class. So there's 2 options that you can do it for: twice a week for an hour and 15, or once a week for 3 hours. No matter how you do a course at UPEI, it's going to equal out to 3 hours per week. It depends on your preference and when you'd like to take it. So if you know for sure that you would like to do a Tuesday night class over the rest of them, then you can add that specific section to your schedule. If you're not sure which one you would like to take, you're not sure how it's going to fit in with your other classes at UPEI, you can actually hit Add Course to Plan and then choose the fall 2020 semester. Instead of adding one specific time that you'd like to take it, it's going to add all of the options onto your schedule so you can choose which one matches with your ideal schedule the best. So that's how you add a class. Now, to see the class and to register in the class, we're going to go back up to the Student Planning button, and we're going to go to Plan and Schedule. And this is the page that we were on when we initially came to this page. So Joe Panther already has a couple of history classes that he planned, but you can see the accounting class is right here. In order to see when it's available for the duration of the week, all you have to do is click View Other Sections, and it'll show up on your schedule. So depending on which section is the best, you can choose this one here, you can choose the second one. Just click on the course code for the specific time frame that you'd like to take it. So if he looks at this and he decides the Tuesday night is still the one he'd like to take, you can click that and hit Add Section to Schedule. Perfect. You can see it shows up in yellow right now. This is really, really important. In order for you to be registered in a class, it needs to be green. So if you'd like to register in the class, right now it's not available because course registration hasn't opened yet, but when it does become available, above Friday and Saturday on the calendar view, there'll be a Register Now button that will pop up, and that will allow students to register in the class. So that's all you have to click on. As soon as the course turns green, then you're in it. And that's how you choose a class. If you want to look for elective courses, or if you're not in a program that you'd like to be in, or you'd like to explore different faculties at UPEI, if you hit the Student Planning button and go to the course catalog, it'll list every single program available at UPEI. So this is a great way to explore different faculties, different programs, find electives that you're interested in. Say Joe has a keen interest in philosophy. You can click on philosophy. If you know that you only have room in your schedule for one elective course in the winter, use these filters on the right-hand or on the left-hand side to choose which specific semester you're looking for. So let's choose 2021 winter, and then you can see that under requisites, the classes that say no requisites, you can take as an elective course because you don't need to take anything before taking those. As you go into upper year classes, you might find that some of them do have prerequisite courses, and I would stay away from those for your first year. Stick to maybe 1,000, maybe 2,000 levels if you have a keen interest to build your schedule. Other than that, I think you're set to go. If you do have any questions about course registration, please email our office. It's apply@upei.ca. That's apply@upei.ca. And we can walk you through the entire course registration system or answer any questions that you might have about it as well. And I think that's it for me. Have a great day. Bye.